Morning all, evening all, afternoon, wherever you are. Yes, this is BOYTS Got Talent. I'll explain it as we go along. It's exciting. It's riveting. Oh, someone just stole me Harley. Never mind. Beautiful night here tonight, a bit cooler. It was 40 degrees or 104 yesterday, but today it was only about 95, and that's just about the end of summer for us. We're just about to head into autumn, which means temperatures will be hovering around 90 or 95 for another couple of months. But to us, that's pretty cool. But my old phone, oh, it looks like my knees are there. My knees, you can see my knees have suffered over the years. Yes. Oh, oh. Actually, my fingers, I was just playing. So yeah, this is BOYTS Got Talent. We'll be getting performances from the audience tonight to see if any of you are good enough to join the script writers parade. That's right. Looking for I'm a talent scout for the script writer. We're going to find some new talent. The old talent's getting a bit dry, a bit boring. You know what I mean. Same old, same old. Same duck crap on a different day. I'll wait for the 1,000 odd people to gather for the, interviews. Has BOYT got talent now? So that's an interesting question. Not much. Just same old, D-class actors playing the same old D-class game. Give me money. Give me more money. Yeah, I want your money. Why do I want your money? Because you don't need it, I need it. Those sort of boring characters that are getting old. It's time to move on to get some new talent up there on BOYTS Got Talent. Who could we recommend? Who's sort of stepping forward to be the new BOYT leaders, if you like? Can't think of many. I know recently Mallory's alright. Can be a bit sassy and a bit fired up on occasions, but yeah, she can hold her own. She's probably too nice though. Do you know what I mean? There's that surface tone of indignation and condescending, but it's not nasty. It's not like in your face. So it's not really going to attract the judges', approval. They're not going to turn around like on The Voice for Mallory, because she's nice with a bit of a rough edge. But who else? I'm trying to think. There's not many I can think of. Do any of you can think of any new contestants we can put on the wheel of BOYT? BOYT's got to have some up and coming talent, surely. Let's have a think about it. Who could it be? Nah, Awesome Hooker. Nah, too nice. Nice. I don't know where Nicole's gone, but she's having a hiatus. If you're there, Nicole, hope you're doing well. Again, too nice. Not nasty enough. Tucker. What about Tucker? He's got a bit of an edge to him, Tucker. He's got that little flippancy. Every now and then he throws out a little bit of a clanger. But it's too nice. Wouldn't hold his own being mean and nasty for a long period of time, because he'd end up laughing, end up destroying the script. Yeah, so Tucker's probably not going to be in the upcoming selection for the mean and nasty BOYT players we require. Who else? Vinny? Could Vinny be? Yeah, he's got an edge on Vinny, but he's got a heart of gold. That'll let him down. Can't put someone like that. The scriptwriter can't use someone like Vinny, who's genuine. Bit of a buffhead from time to time, but a genuine bloke all along, and he wouldn't hold his own as being a mean and nasty character in the pantomime we call BOYT. Awesome Hooker, I was just talking about you, being far too nice to join the script of BOYT. You know what I mean? Replacing some of the old characters, which are getting a bit boring now. I brought your name up thinking, could we use Awesome in that sort of position as being a nasty and connive. Nah, you fail. You just have to stay nice, I'm afraid. Because you could act a bit awesome, you know, you can act a little bit, but you wouldn't be able to hold it. You'd laugh, you'd break the code, you know what I mean? The code that means you've got to be mean, nasty, awful, a degenerate, and stick your hand out every 10 minutes. Give me money, give me money. So you wouldn't cut it. Awesome. I'm trying to think of other players that could do it. Vegas Vixen, you know, she's got a bit of background, a little bit of background, but, you know, again, she doesn't follow through being nasty. She'd come up, mind you, she'd never actually succeed because she doesn't have a fucking decent microphone. You know what I mean? Vegas Vixen, the mean and nasty character. But then in the end you wouldn't hear her because she'd be talking like this and no one would hear what she's saying. So she's not going to be qualified for the new BOYT campaign run by the scriptwriter. The old players are getting boring. Do you know what I mean? They're like, same old, same old. Even their dialogue doesn't change. It's the same crap. Bit of sensation. Coats? Yeah, you could. I mean, Gerald could put on a coat, on coats if you like, for a little while and try and pretend to be mean and nasty, but no, it wouldn't work. Oh, maybe Tilly May. There's a thought. Tilly May. Don't know much about Tilly May. Are they peripheral players? Are they people with potential to become BOYT? You know, they've got to be following a script. You know, the script master I know personally, he doesn't want someone who can just do it for 5 minutes. He wants 2 or 3 seasons. It's like replacing the cast in like Friends, but this show on BOYT's called Nasty Buggers, and I don't think Awesome would ever qualify myself. She might get a stage manager's job or pass on a few notes, but she'd just end up giggling and she'd fail miserably. BOYTS Got Talent, but you know, the script writer, he wants those people with the potential to be hated, to be abused, accused, you know. Yeah, you could do lighting directing. Who else could we think of in the cast of peripheral BOYT members that we could stick up to be the replacements for these people? That video was creepy. Well, that's the scriptwriter. I've nothing to do with that, Emma. Nothing to do with me. But he's got a job to do, I suppose. On BOYT, there has to be some sort of formulation of control. We don't want people to actually just get up and do their own thing, you know, be honest, straightforward, you know, and a bit of drama. Oh, there you go. You guys know a few people in the drama community. Do you think we could actually retrain Mama Bear, maybe? Because all this waving and asking God to, you know, crush people, this doesn't scare anybody. There's maybe an anonymous troll from the Antarctica. Is that Norm Frozen? Is that who you're talking about? Don't know him. I've heard about him. Norm Frozen. Morning, VMAC. Could VMAC be one of the new contestants on The BOYT Is Right? You know, replacing the crew at the moment, VMAC, in regards to nasty, horrible people who stick their hand out asking for money all the time. But it's scripted, so VMAC is not like you'd be hung out to dry. You know, emails would be sent, scripts that could be read, rehearsed. VMAC, you could rehearse them for a few days. Good day, stickers, how you going? But you could do that, VMAC. You know, we could set you up with a sort of a program for 12 weeks to get you up to date in regards to being nasty, mean, evil. But I don't know whether you want the job, do you, VMAC? Pays, well, yeah, a little bit. You know, a little bit of a backhander every now and then, VMAC. A few Canadian dollars thrown your way. But I don't think you'd cut it, VMAC, because you've got a smile on your face even now. Even though your teeth are shown, you're really not going to qualify for the new BOYT replacement. What we're looking for here, the scriptwriter has told me to do a little bit of an advert in regards to getting rid of the old crew, because they're boring. You know, g'day Blinky. You got no chance, Blinky. Can you imagine Blinky coming on, reading the scripts that the scriptwriter sends her, saying, be mean, nasty Blinky, and attack people, and pretend that you need to stick your hand out every... You're not going to do it, Blinky. It's not going to work. You'd be a total abject failure in that area. One of the nicest people I've ever met, so she'd fail for sure. Now the scripts, they're pretty easy to follow. We have a little bit on, you know, on a given day when somebody finds out about the scripts. The script writer's not happy, but this happens. You've got to be manoeuvrable, you know, you've got to be flexible. So if all shit turns to shit because someone says, caught you out, I caught you out, this is a script, you say, total deniability. Didn't know anything about it. And if you can on occasions, you know, refer back to historical issues like the Alamo or, yeah, that's pretty used up by now. Maybe the Battle of Britain. Battle of Hastings, if you're British, you could use that one. But yeah, no, I think what's happening, everyone's getting pretty bored of the nonsense. It's not like there's any sort of characters involved. It's like play, you know when you press replay every day. Scriptwriter tells me he's had enough of it. He wants somebody to step up to the mark, be fresh in their approach in abusing people. And if you get the hangouts going good enough, you know, you do look around for, you go to other sort of communities, the drunk community, the totally insane community, and on occasions, you know, you just look for the crazy people at random. And if you bring them on your hangout and, you know, you can get them up there to abuse as many people as you can, the scriptwriter reckons that that's the go. You start bringing in all that false drama, the money just rolls in. Of course, you've got to split it with the scriptwriter. He's going to make sure, I think it's 30-70, so 30% you get, it's not too bad. And yeah, but you've got to have a bit of training. You've got to go through the process of, like, you know, imagine trying to get Blinky, 12-week training course, explaining to her that she's got to stop being nice, be mean, stick your hand out, ask for money, and every time someone has a go at you, you've got to have a go back. You've got to make up stories. Scriptwriter, he'll organise all. Emails will be coming to you. Regular. He doesn't sleep. 24/7 he goes. So it's one of those things. But I don't know about you guys. Have you realised that it's just like pressing a replay at the moment? You know, some of the characters come back into the, you know, BOYTS Got Talent, as it's called. And you'll have that bloke who dresses up as a woman, but then goes back, marries a woman, and dresses up as a bloke, then dresses up as a woman again to stick his hand out to get some more money. You know, he's coming back. Short season, I think. I don't think the ratings will pull. You know, I think it'll be a bit of an abject failure myself. Scriptwriter's confident that he might last a few weeks. So there's no drama there. Well, there will be drama, but it'll be falsified, it'll be misleading and deceptive, but only for a short period, because you can only flog a dead horse for so long. You know, whack it, it's dead. You know, you can keep hitting it. The horse is going to go, don't hurt me anymore. You know, don't hurt me. Seriously, stop whacking me. But when you think about what I'm saying, is that it's like a season of anything. You know, you enjoy it and it's entertaining, and then it happens again next season, and then the next season, and it's the same season. Dr. Beth would never shut up. MB. Yeah, let's talk about Mama Bear. She's got potential. G'day, Sharon. She hasn't got the actual fire in the belly, other than going, kill him, Jesus, kill him, Jesus. Give me money. Got to go, oh, I just lost another $100. Yeah, you know, a gambler's not really going to cut it. You need someone that just takes money for granted from people, deceives them, works up the possibility that might meet you, and then come round and use your facilities and fill up your toilet and put hair all the way down through the sink. And, you know, just treat your house like crap, basically. But that's part of the script. Scriptwriter tells me that is brilliant, because then you get the reaction from the person and they fire up, and then they come onto your hangout and they have a go at you and you have a go, and all the people come in. They all come in. Because, you know, if you held a chat where people just said, you know, how's your garden growing? Oh, good, yeah, the carrots are going well. Yeah, and also the chilies. Yeah, there'd be like no one there. But as soon as you add a little bit of spite, scriptwriter tells me, bit of spite, bit of anger, bit of hatred, bit of innuendo, you know, assumption. And then you keep going with these assumptions, and you build a story that doesn't actually, it's not real, but scriptwriter tells me that draws the crowd, which draws the votes. And one of the old tricks, of course, is to say, here we go. Type 1 in the chat if you like Seed's hat. The scriptwriter says that that's one of the best way to earn a little bit of extra revenue.
No, he's the winner. He's the cuteness.
And here is my L station. L station. It's an L station border collie cross.
L station.
Yeah. I said L station, but I meant L station.
Say
but,
hello.
Look, what you got to do, I'll just show you. See this? This is how you get people to come to your channel. Just move back a little bit, 30 feet, and then you throw the bloody thing.
Stop it.
The room will fill up in 2 minutes. You know, the word will be going out. Siege just threw a poor little chihuahua against the wall. Hang on, let's hear the thud. Arr, arr. See what I mean? Scriptwriter told me to do that. Cute little puppy dog up against the wall, broken bones on the floor, shovel. But you know, that's what you get to see. Do you know what I mean? The secret to actually deception and misleading is tell a half truth or a little bit of a truth. Like you could say, the sun came up, but if it's midnight and you say, oh, it's really hot, it's a bit of a lie, isn't it? The sun did come up and it probably was hot, but seriously, it's not true. It's like when people will say, I need new tyres, or I need a new hairpiece. You know, I'm going bald, so I want a really big afro. About $2 should cover it. And of course, the most expensive part of the tyres will be those little valve caps, the little plastic things. $150 each, for sure. Not really true, but they probably cost 10 cents, I don't know, but it's a price.
Blue villa hanging off the washing line.
Yeah, we could do that. That would make a good little backdrop. You know, even if it's only a green screen, but if it's a half-truth and it's deceptive, scriptwriter reckons that's the go. There's no point coming on to a channel with a hangout and just talking about good stuff and having fun. Sorry?
Where's VMAC going? She's got to tell us. People say be right back. I need to know where they're going.
She's probably going to do the application to join the Boyd drama, you know, because she's got potential, but those teeth that she's got ain't real sharp at all. I think one of the things that's more important is that, you know, if you tell a story and you can encapsulate people and they enjoy the story and it's not true, I suppose that's okay. But if you tell a story repeatedly and then you know you work out after the 10th time it's just a lie, it's really deception, let's be honest. That's what it is. And there are so many people that will tell you lies to get into your purse or wallet. And that's okay. I often tell people when they say, oh, I reckon I got ripped off, gave this bloke $50, and I find out he's a bit of a drongo, an idiot. So I've done me money, and I'm thinking, well, it's a lesson well learnt, because you can't tell people don't give money, because they invariably will say, well, I'm going to give it anyway, just in spite of you. And when you think about what I'm saying, we see it all the time. I don't know who this Norm F character is. The scriptwriter's got no idea. He reckons this is coming out of the blue. He reckons it's one of the normal characters in the show that's being deceptive and working behind the scriptwriter's ideas. And if he finds out, he's going to give them the flick. None of that goes on when the scriptwriter's in control. That's the way it's got to be. So I think the secret is to realise that if you want to apply for the new position, because the old cast is looking very tired. I mean, do you think they're looking tired and the same story being repeated? It's not really entertaining anymore. It's not entertaining when you turn it on. You go, right, give me $5, $10, $15, $20. I need tyres. My teeth hurt. I want to stick a solar panel on one of my teeth. That should fix it. No. Actually, too low blow. No. We call him Pickles. That's his undercover name, Pickles. He actually gets part-time work from the scriptwriter, but only in correcting and adjusting, like an editor, I suppose. That's all he does. But he records everything. He understands that the scriptwriter demands perfection. So if you think you want to apply for the positions of replacing the old cast, you know, the beggar in a can, and all these other people that put on these shows and put degenerates up there. Actually, some of these people have got to be careful, because some of the degenerates get more popular than the person running the show. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I've got a coffee. I'll have a sip. So, I don't know about you, but I think it's time we had a new script. Scriptwriter agrees. He's willing to, that's why he's put me up here tonight, to tell you guys if you want to apply for the positions. Blinky's got no hope though. really. No chance. Too low blow? Yeah, there's a possibility with too low blow. Only problem is, you know, by the time he gets on a hangout and starts cursing people and swearing, he laughs. Gives it all away. You know, we're not spending 100 grand on too low blow to not be deceptive and lie, and he'd give it away. There'd be 2 hangouts into it. There'd be Jack Daniel bottles everywhere, cans of beer spread out everywhere. He'd just be laughing. Wouldn't hold any credence at all. So you just have to stick to being sub-editor, I'm afraid, too low blow. That's where your talent lies. You know what I mean? But let's do what some of these deceptive people do. Just to give you an example, type 1 in the chat if you think it's time to replace the characters in the show at the moment, because they're getting tired. I would press 1 myself. I'd press 1. Of course, you'll then raise me an enormous amount of revenue, but I'm only using this as an example. Do you know what I mean? So press 1 if you think it's time to replace the characters in the show.
How much is that going to earn us?
Oh, thousands, I think. I'm not sure.
What,
I think.
then pressing 1.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, everyone's worth about $10, I think.
We'll be able to get real milk instead of long life milk.
Yeah, we'll be able to get away from the powdered milk and straight into the fresh teat of a cow.
Everyone press 1.
Yeah, we're getting ones are flooding the thing now, which is good. Which means I don't. It's $5, it's $10, it's $15, it's $20. Yeah, keep them going. That's the way to go. Yeah, so I think it's time to replace the script, because some of the performers that come onto these shows. Actually, there is a storm coming. Actually, too low. We've had 40 degrees or 104 yesterday. It was about 100 today, and it's brewing. Looking forward to a bit of rain. But I could be deceptive. I could just put the hose on, you know, turn the hose on, stand behind and say, oh, we're having a flood. I'll need a boat. I'll need rations. I'll need obviously copious amounts of money. And then I'll need a helicopter on, okay? Look, just make it around 45 grand. Turn the hose off now. Cut. Yep. Turn the hose off. Yeah, we're done though with our summer blinky. Seriously, yesterday was 40, today was about, I don't know, 36, 37. Now she's gone back down to the high 20s. Oh, look, special effects.
That's the ghost.
Yeah, we all remember Jimmy. A lot of people wouldn't know who you're talking about. I remember Jimmy Rants from years ago. We go back to the G4T days. Too Low Blow and a few others there. And then you would have seen a character. I mean, if you asked Too Low what I'm talking about. George for title. Why? Actually, I give him his plaudits. He was deceptive and misleading continuously and didn't break that mould. That's the sort of people we're after. The G4Ts of the world, not the amateurs. The amateurs at the moment that we're watching are awful. Blinky remembers G4T. There's a few others. I mean, I can mention a lot of names. But he's the one that stood out as having a little bit of a storyline that's sort of can fool people most of the time. Yeah, but he was a lot smarter, Too Low. He'd get the job. The scriptwriter said if he was here today and not in prison, he said he would definitely give him the job. Yeah, we need a pyramid schemer on BOYT. We need someone to, you know, set up these false...
And more pointing the finger.
Oh yeah, lots of pointing of the finger, you know, like...
Lots of pointing the finger.
See that finger? See how it's not fat
Fresh milk, yep.
And demented? Why? I train, I work out every day.
Fresh milk, $2
See that?
a gallon.
See that? And on occasions, I work out at a higher rate.
What's, how much is a gallon?
Yeah.
For us?
Of what?
Milk, it's the fresh milk, $2 a gallon in Florida. I'm presuming at the
Gallons, 2.2 litres. We buy 2 litres for $2 here. Anyway, that's too nice. We're talking niceties. Seriously, this is a show recruiting people for the scriptwriter to get people to replace the cold, you know, stale crew we have now.
Low blow. There's some people, if I had an IQ as low as them on BOYT, I'd be able to enjoy their company. But I can't.
There's only a couple of people I know on here that would actually get invited to Mensa. One of them would be Blinky, without doubt. And I'm not pointing at anyone else because that would be rude. Doing those tests to find out how intelligent you are, you know, people would probably start thinking you're mocking other people, which I would never do, personally.
Gallon of milk, $4. Wow.
It's a lot more expensive than here.
I'm going to send you a cow, Scarlett.
Did you turn up the Inga? If I knew what an Inga, it sounds like a tractor. Hey, comrade, have you got the Inga going? Yeah. Actually, we could raise a GoFundMe for an Inga. I don't even know what it is. Too low? Take notes. I don't know, 10 grand for an Inga? I don't know what an Inga is, but it must be worth 10 grand. Though I'll never spend the money on it. What do you reckon? Yep, he says that's a go. It's $4 at Publix. I don't know whether the guy wants to buy a continent or a couple of owls.
What's Publix?
I don't know. I have 4 cows.
Scarlett has 4 cows.
Yeah, I told Scarlett today she can be my sister wife because she can come gardening with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should definitely make a point of looking for new talent, because the old talent's boring. I don't even bother watching most of it because it's like, you know, if I turned it off today, click, and I come back in 6 months' time and turn it on, it'd be the same cow dung that was supplied 6 months ago.
A finger is what Tammy meant.
Oh, a finger. Oh, gotcha. I thought you said finger. I'm thinking it sounds like something we could do a GoFundMe for. But yeah, I think, ladies and gentlemen, all jokes aside, it's all coming to a head. What do I mean by that? Well, script writer or no script writer, there's a lot of jealousy at the top of the deception and behavioural issues, isn't there? Conflict between the people that are making the... Because for me, I certainly am monetised on my channel, and I make enough money each month to buy about 10 packets of ramen. Oh yeah, definitely do that, Scarlett. I'd like to see your artwork.
Yeah.
But you probably all know, and I know a lot of people do know, we give all of that away, and probably a little bit more. We like to encourage people in things they do, and on occasions we've compensated people for getting ripped off.
Don't think about it. Do it, Scarlett.
But,
it's like Blinky's going to do some artwork.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not sub to Blinky, it's called Blinky Designs, I think now. She's in the chat here somewhere. She's getting back into doing what she is creative to do, and that is to create some art.
Not really boring. Did you know that one of us just got taken to jail? I'm a bit lost with that.
One of us got taken to jail. It's okay, it wasn't me. Mind you, I've already spent 7 years in jail. That's a fact. That's not misleading or a lie, and it's not deception. I spent 70 years in jail for other people's crimes. Yeah, near nudity, hysteria, jealousy, begging, so Dallas oh, who's Rosie? I don't know who you're talking about. G'day, Shooter. How you going, mate? We're looking at trying to get new replacements on the BOYT because the entertainment's getting a bit boring, Aussie. You know what I mean, same cow dung, different day. And there's plenty of talent out here, but I've already tried to look through some of the people in here, and Blinky's not going to cut it being mean, nasty and deceptive, nor is VMAC. I reckon Aussie Shooter could stick on his steel mesh and wield a sword for a couple of days, but he'd just end up laughing. He'd give it away. I don't have anything on my beard. That was a paper for rolling my cigarette. But yeah, you know, it is time. You know, in Australia, and I'm sure in America you get the same thing, that people want change.
Tammy wants you to send one of them 3200s you got.
What 3200?
Your videos. Any video.
Oh, that play money. Yeah, no, that's nothing. Someone noticed that I used a little bit of money in the previous video. That was too low blow, scriptwriter or sub-editor. He said to give that a go. Seemed to work. Seemed to go all right. JK might be in jail as we speak. Can we pay his bail? No.
I don't.
If it's, I don't know, is it JK? Which JK? There's several JKs.
We're a bit lost, Tammy.
Yeah.
We haven't really
particularly here at SV. I mean, a packet of tobacco, 2 ounces, is $80 in Australia. I don't even tell you what the price of a packet of cigarettes are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ozzy. I don't know which JK they're talking about.
I don't even know what they're... We haven't watched anything.
No, we don't get... Blinky says, is that JK no cow? No?
Oh,
Yeah.
you can see Ozzy in there. Hi, Ozzy.
So Ozzy's not going to cut it as being a character in the evil domain of the scriptwriter's plans of having someone mean and deceptive.
Yeah, he can just...
He would just laugh. He'd just piss himself laughing, give it away.
But he can do costumes. He can do his chainmail.
I could be, because apparently Awesome's going to be doing lighting, directing, and we can put Ozzy in charge of costume design. At the end of the credits, of course.
How much for a pack?
Well, to give you an idea, SV, you can simply say about $1 a cigarette. That's the best way to describe it. A bit more, actually, but $1 a cigarette would cover you. And people don't believe us, but that's what we pay here because it's a government tax system. It's virtually a packet of 50 is about $55, and the actual cost of the cigarettes is about $5, and the rest is tax. VMAC wants to be the resident control. You need a lot more training. VMAC. You always come across to me as being very nice and affable and with a little bit of a dig every now and then. You don't qualify. You've got a lot of 12 weeks basic training you'd have to do. Oh look, Tulo's cousins here. G'day, Blue. How you going, mate? Yeah, that guy there. He possibly could get you know, sub-editing.
$24.
15 grams
of tobacco.
Yeah, sad, isn't it? You know, in Australia, and Blinky knows what I'm talking about, we could grow out the back here 6 or 7 plants of marijuana. The police would come and raid me, and they'd get me to hold my hand out and go, "Don't do it again." But if Blinky or I grew one tobacco plant in Australia, I mean just one, Blinky and I would be sharing a cell.
Because in Australia, Tammy, the government gets a lot of tax from our tobacco.
It's about 85% tax,
yeah,
packet of cigarettes.
In Indonesia, a packet of cigarettes is about $2. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is in America, but they get a lot of tax from
Yeah,
our
yeah, Ozzy knows what I'm talking
smokes,
about. 25 grand for $42. Mate, White Ox, that's an old habit you carried through from where you were before.
Oh my God.
Only Ozzy and I know that joke. But yeah, the tobacco is just ridiculous. You know, you say you can grow your marijuana and they'll just slap you on the hand and say don't do it again. But you grow tobacco, or if you dare make your own whiskey, now you're in big trouble. But I find some of the things that our country have as laws, it just protects the corporate bodies. Just, you know, the people making shitloads of money out of us. Nah, I don't get to see because I'm, you know, I'm in front of the camera and I only get these little pop-ups.
See, in this script stuff, I'm actually the interpreter and have to read things.
Oh, right.
Because the boss over there.
Yeah, I'm like the newsreader. I need production all around me.
BMAC wrote, I'm allowed to grow up to 4 plants for personal use, but it's easy to go to the liquor store and buy it.
It's crazy. Yeah, wife pays $22 for 26 ounces. I'll give you an idea, SV. That's about, here in Australia, that's about, what is that, 10, that's about 12 packets of tobacco here, all right, 2-ounce packets. And that would be $1,000 in Australia. Then you get to understand. You see where I'm going now. 26 ounces of tobacco here would be about over $1,000. So that's how staggering it is. But you know, our meat's cheaper, a lot cheaper. Food's not too bad. We grow a lot of our own produce, of course. But yeah, you can't grow tobacco. They do. They call it chop chop over the east, and they can get people that grow it, produce it, cure it, and they sell it on the black market, but it's only about half the price and it tastes like, you know, rubber. Yeah, no, not allowed to, it's illegal.
We can't grow
You will go to jail if you're caught growing tobacco plants in this country. If you grow marijuana, they'll slap you on the back of the hand, the officers will take it home and cure it themselves. Soon to be legal in Australia, probably another 18 months to 2 years.
We've got the medical one that's now legal here, but
£5 for 50 gram of dodgy Eastern European. I bet that's as harsh, a bit like sucking on a stick of dried rhubarb. But I've got a friend that does grow masses of his own tobacco in Canada. He gives a lot of it away. It costs him nothing. Yeah, I've not yet found we could get chop chop over. It's got that back of the throat strange taste. And I'll give you an idea, like we are going on I'm going on a book signing tour of Europe.
But you have to bring your own book and your own pen.
Well, there is
We'll
that.
let you know where we are.
It's a minor technicality.
Yeah,
What happens is I get to keep your pen, and at the end of the trip I can raise a few dollars sending pen. So don't bring any cheap Bic
so bring your own
biros,
book.
you know, something carved, you know, in gold or Parker, you know those ones.
And it'll be undisclosed location of London and Germany, so we'll let you know the area so you can bring your book and your pen.
Yeah, but anyway, we're going over, well, I was going to say we're going overseas. When we come back from going overseas, we are allowed to, a massive amount of tobacco, 1 packet of cigarettes, we're allowed to bring back into the country. Now, I looked at vaping. I'm not real keen on it, to be honest. I looked at what Blink had. Looked good, but I don't know. We were going to try it, but I think we're going to give it a miss.
Well, it'll probably be towards the end of the year, going to US.
Yeah, what we've done is we were going to tie the two in, and along with a boat trip between the UK and America, but we were going to squeeze it in about 6 weeks. And we figured, nah. So we're spending about 5 weeks in Europe, coming home, finishing off the extensions to the studio, and then we'll go to the US. We'll be staying at Blue Waffles accommodation. He's got a 5-star house, below ground swimming pool, servants, all that sort of thing. Well, one of the en-suites. Doesn't have to be the gold rim tub, but you know, one of the good ones you got there, Blue. And then we're probably going to stay, I don't know, with a friend of mine in Canada. But yeah, but we're going to spend more time. Mate, we'd stay in a tin shed, wouldn't worry us. I always find it funny when we go places and you'll stay somewhere. It's pretty average, but it's okay. Blinky stayed with us in a nice little house in Warrnambool. That was really good. But I can stay in a tin shed as long as I'm warm. Got a cold drink.
VA, what's VA? Is that Virginia? Is VA?
I think so.
Virginia?
Yeah, I think so. VA.
Yeah, Sharon
that was got to do with the medical terminology of a returned serviceman.
Yes, it is. It's Virginia. Oh.
You don't need the AC running for us, Blue. Seriously. I've got friends in Texas and they say it gets hot every now and then. We have hot for months. We're stuck in a tin shed and it's 110 for a couple of days. That's all right. Just leave the fridge running.
Did they not see all your bunker videos? We actually
see you later, VMAC.
Live in a shed. See you, VMAC.
Yeah, actually we lived in a shed, Blue.
Oh, VMAC video. That's content.
Yeah, put one of them cameras on your head so when you fall over you can see your head crushed against the ice. Got a good friend in Texas. Depends where he is that we'll be catching up with him. We'll certainly make an effort to catch up with you, Steve, if you're there. Not really going to go to the west coast of America.
What's the west coast? Where's that?
Los Angeles and all that.
So I'd like to go there.
But it's got like sand and beaches. We've got 54,000 square miles of sand and beaches here. Oh, did you, SV? You know what it's like. Best time of the year coming up now, the end of summer. We get a bit of rain, which is good, and the temperatures drop down. Yeah, we'll definitely catch up. I mean, obviously the places to fly in are either Houston, Dallas, or one of them, you know.
SV's the one I was talking about, had the little squirrel. If I got the right SV, you had a squirrel that you raised?
You raised a squirrel?
Yeah, they fell out the nest, tiny little...
All right.
Yeah.
Actually, in the UK, they're cheeky little buggers, as they are here. And we've got a place called Kings Park, and SV would know. Big Kings Park in Perth, and there's squirrels up there, little buggers. Turn your back for a minute, they'll be into your lunch without knowing. Yeah, hopefully you'll get that chance one day, Aussie, to get out of here. Have a bit of a travel trip. Yeah, no, if you're caught sending tobacco into Australia, they'll pop you out of whatever country you're in and throw you in jail as well, so don't even think about that.
Yeah, Kiwi Road, air conditioner in Australia, wind your window down.
Yeah, we have 260 air conditioning in Australia. That's when you hit 60 kilometres an hour at 110 degrees and you wind the windows down. 260, get it? 2 windows down at 60k.
You can't send us any tablets.
We're thinking about taking Aussie overseas, one of them very large, you know, carry bags, like a dog bag, and just have his nose, put a mask on, sniff at the front, whoop, whoop. But I don't know how he's going to go with the cabin pressure in the luggage compartment. Could be a bit rough. Not eating for about a day. You could end him.
Oh, Bayswater.
Yeah, that's near where we are.
That's near where we are, SV.
So you're near Bayswater, Bassendean, Ashfield, all those areas. We're spoilt here. We've got river, we've got ocean, got footy players training. That's the BOYT NFL team training over there. They're all cross-dressers, but they love the game. They really do. Yeah, better off to do speakable things, Aussie. Just find out the right path you've got to go down. There is a way, there is a will. It's not lifetime, trust me. You may find that there's a period that's already passed that means you're eligible. The biggest thing you've got to worry about is the money. It's all right wanting to go somewhere, but accommodation, unless you get some friends or you know, some lonely rich widows in the US, in your case, that would be handy. But travelling around the world, food's always fairly cheap, you know what I mean. But accommodation can kill you. A lot of Aussies, I'll give you an idea, Tammy. We can't have nicotine by law in the vape. Remember this nicotine thing? And
yeah, we can't even get any of.
But you can get it. I know
yeah.
Blinky stumbled upon some, but it's illegal, which is crazy. They'll sell you the puffer, they'll sell you the flavours and say you can't have any nicotine in there. No, it's bad for you. Just keep smoking. Costs more to fly a dog than night. Yeah, it does. Oh, jeez. I mean, we had a friend, a really sad story, but she took her dog back to the UK. What did it cost her to get it back here? She came back eventually.
Both ways, 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000 each way. Quarantine, all that sort of stuff.
No, Emma, that's the footy players and their short shorts. Do you want me to go around to a street?
It's a naked, cross-dressing NFL team in training. I don't know whether they're screams of delight or fear.
Hi, Jazz.
Oh, someone just stole a motorbike. Yeah. So anyway, I think we should look at replacing some of the old characters on BOYT because they're boring. You know when you watch a TV show for a while and it's like, yeah, it's all right. And people might say it's one of my favourite shows, but after a period of time, it's like watching the same show over and over. You know, Groundhog Day. What's on today? Oh, same as yesterday. What's on today?
Hi, Kathy.
Oh shit, it's the same as yesterday. And I think everybody, and you can tell by the movement in people going to different areas on BOYT, that people want to have a good time. And yeah, some people want to play up and have a bit of a shit show. That's fine. But they're becoming far and few between.
You're on a budget.
I've got a coffee to drink.
Yeah.
But I don't know, we're going to have to get new characters. Blinky, unless you take up acting school, you are going to fail miserably as a misleading and deceptive player on BOYT because you'd just laugh like Aussie. Blue would be the same, he'd get pissed and give it away. You know, he wouldn't follow the script. Is there a script? The answer is yes, a loose one. More of a, like if you're into sales, you say, all right guys, these are our plans. We've got to do this and we've got to get that done. If we can't do this, we'll do these two. If that fails, just deny everything.
Yeah, Tammy, yeah, I know you're trying to help, but yeah, we can't. It's just
What's
like,
that?
Yeah, thin stuff.
Oh, no. We sent some friends a little box to the US. Well, we've sent a load of stuff to the US to friends. But I never forget this one. It cost $84 to send £1.50 of bits and pieces in a little box. $84. 15 of that was US dollars for parcel checking when it gets to the US. Every parcel that goes from Australia to the US gets charged $15 US, no matter what it is. So it's easier to use the online process to give people stuff, you know, buy it, get it sent direct to them, than posting it yourself. Are you ex-BOYT seeds? No, I'm what they call a hoverer. I hover above BOYT. On occasions you'll see me enter like this and you'll say, did you see that? Was that seed? And he's gone. I don't have a membership full time. People like Blue Waffles goes back a long way. I go back a lot further than most people here would even realise. I only recently in the last few years have stepped up to talk, put me in front of the camera, but I've been around a long time.
I've been YouTube 2008.
Yeah, I think
when
that
I came on YouTube.
I think what I've noticed in most people is that there's this syndrome of we've had enough. Bit of banter, a bit of laughter, and you know, the odd dig, and a couple of channels that are just pure on drama. Great. But overall, the big sweep at the bottom of YouTube is self-cleansing itself. It's getting to the point where people just don't turn up. And then people realise the behaviour that they're putting out there, or getting people on their panel to abuse other people, is old hat, and people have had enough of it. Awesome Hookers channel, very good place to go. A little bit of banter, a little bit of an ounce of drama thrown in, but lots of good talk. Normal people having a bit of a yak, telling each other about what they like and what they don't like. And I think that's what this medium is all about. I think it's great fun to listen to someone's story, because every one of us is a story. You know what I mean? All of us have lived a life, tribulations, good times, bad times, money, none, money, some. And
Where did Awesome go?
Awesome, I think she's gone to rehearsal. I think she's going to open up a hangout shortly and accuse somebody of something. Probably she'll accuse Aussie Shooter of sleeping with someone else in another country, even though he can't leave the country. But she'll accuse him of that.
Yeah.
And then the husband, which doesn't exist, makes a threat, in other words, a fake account. I'll kill you, Aussie, you bastard.
But does Aussie exist?
Well, yeah.
Because we've been trying to get him round for a
hang on a sec.
cuppa.
Scriptwriter, does... Oh, no, apparently he's real.
He is.
He's not. He's not one of these made-up things.
We've been trying to catch up with you, Aussie.
Yeah, I'm with you, Blue. I hope it's 100,000, because people misunderstand what I think, and that is money's not an issue to fix behaviour. If someone is an arsehole without money, there's still going to be an arsehole with money. Throw money at a problem, you still end up with a problem. Yeah, I mean, Ginger, you're right, because it's like that you've got something that's manufactured, but you tell people it's manufactured, like I'm telling you. What I've done tonight is manufactured, and in tongue-in-cheek, and just for good fun. And I think, can you cook some ham and eggs? Yeah, I will do. Pay per view from now on. I'll be doing naked cooking shows. I'll be cooking while the wife's naked.
No way, Jose.
Well, I thought $50 a ticket would have been good.
No way.
All right, we'll make it.
I want more than $50.
Oh, we'll make it. We'll make it 55. But I think most of us, you know, you hear about conspiracy theories and all that. A lot of us have woke up that we really want to have a good time. We want to have fun. And I'm the first one. You can take the piss out of me anytime you like. And if you don't know Australians by now, we don't care. In fact, we'd be saying, if I did a video tonight taking the piss out of Blinky, sounding derogatory, calling her all names and like, how you going, you old bastard, and all that, she would just laugh. That's one thing people not in this country don't get. It's a term of endearment. If I told Aussie Shooter he's an old fart, a wanker, a dickhead, where have you been? He'd just laugh. But you tell that someone in a different country and they want to send a hitman to get you. It's true. It really is true. Australians are happy for you to take the piss out of each other, because we'll just say, ah, you got me. That's how we treat it. I don't think any Aussie that I've ever seen on YouTube has been vindictive at all. Vinny gets accused of all sorts of shit.
Yeah, and he doesn't do it.
Yeah, but it's his own fault for sticking his head in the mud. Vinny, stop putting your head in the mud. But if you met Vinny, you'd probably meet a very nice guy. It's not like, you know, the drama community itself. There isn't a drama community. There isn't a BOYT community. There isn't a drunken community. It's just a whole net full of crazy fuckers, all there gathering. Like I say, if I now just go and attack Blinky in this chat, Blinky, you're a no good, lazy mother, you could watch the view count go up to about 100. You all know what I'm talking about. G'day, Dory. Which I would never do, of course. But it's like manufactured, what Ginger just said. You can manufacture shit till the day it goes down. It's still manufactured, it's not real, and it's been done to either upset somebody, literally, or to create drama, which makes the view count go tick, 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 tick. And then, you know, the odd person who talks like this, listen here everybody, I want you to press 14 if you think Vinny's an old prick. Press 14 now. Type in 14 if you think Vinny's a prick and an old bastard. 314s. Know what I mean? Say no more.
So it's a
I should go and get me Vinny hat on Sunnies.
Yeah, I'll go and get it. But we've got to spread a rumour. Apparently Vinny has had an affair with an Irish lass.
Has he?
Yeah, so we can...
Apparently Vinny's had an affair with an Irish lass called George.
No, Vinny just wrote that in there.
Vinny?
We can extend on that.
I'm going to Ireland. I'm going to check your credentials out, Vinny. Yeah, we almost met Vinny, but he was held by the CIA for several days. Blinky, I think we would have struggled to fit him in that house. What do you think? He'd have got fucking lost, is what would have happened. Good to see you, Dory Lynn. Myself, my good wife and Dory Lynn go back a decade. There you go. Some of us are old timers. Here we go. Is Vinny still here? This is not my idea, by the way.
No, Vinny, you're still here. Vinny.
Here we go. Are you ready? You know what I mean? I mean, these people that come and accuse me of having affairs with Irish women, I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? It's enough. Hang on, let me play a tune. I'll see if Bergs is awake. You there, Bergs?
God, there's some lag.
Hello?
There's some lag.
Oh, it's Mama Bergs. You're breathing heavy again. No, I'm not putting up with this. Know what I mean? Benny, that was not my idea. I've had that for a very long time. But, yeah. And I think the problem with wearing a hat like this in Australia, Vinny, you can't wear it out in the streets because it blows away.
Oh God, Vinny.
We've got...
Seeds has had that hat, I don't know,
decade.
5 years more.
Yeah. I like hats.
Oh, there's that name I can't pronounce again.
What?
I don't know. See the green person?
I don't get to see the messages that quick.
I don't know, Blinky or Vinny or someone. Blue. Who's that green person typing? I have no idea.
Yeah, Kiwi. Kiwi, my little plan when I get to London is to go to most of the local pubs and say, "G'day, I'm Mick Dundee from Australia. Is the beer free here?" It won't work, of course. It's not going to work. But I would like to get back to having a good time. I get too involved sometimes with these dickheads. And I shouldn't. I should know better. I don't get that deep into it. Yeah, Jacksonville sounds good. That's in Florida, isn't it? East Coast, I think, isn't it, Dory? G'day, Huggy Bear. But you know, like I say, all these so-called communities, they don't exist. There's no drama community unless people want to self-title themselves, but it's not true. You're all just part of the same box. You sometimes want to label yourself. It's like I have never, ever labelled anyone gay, lesbian, brown skin, Puerto Rican. I meet people on their face value. I don't care what you are. If someone puts a big banner up saying, I'm a transgender and you've got to respect me and call me Norman. All right, there you go, Norman. What if I want to call you a banana? Well, that would be racist. You've got to call me Norman.
Come to Outer Banks, North Carolina. So there's so many places I'd
love
to go.
We had a good friend in, oh, she was in North Carolina too, wouldn't she? Remember?
Who was that? See, I want to go to Salem for Halloween. I want to be in Salem this year for Halloween.
So we've got to fly into Boston, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, you would have to.
I thought it was Boston.
Yeah, that's not a racist, that's a preference, Aussie. Aussie would sing that song in the US. I like big butts and I can't deny. But, yeah, Barra McKenzie. Yeah, that was a good show. There you go, mate. All right, yeah. Where are you from, Australia? Yeah. We don't really talk like that. We all have a different accent in each of our states. Well, you can tell people from Melbourne, because they'll drag a few syllables extra out of a word. It's true. I mean, you go to Sydney, they're all highfalutin talkers. You get to Queensland, they're all, how you going, mate? You all right? And when you get to the Territory, in the Northern Territory, they don't talk because there's too many flies. They'll say things like, how you going, all right? Good.
Talk like Link, Link Knight.
I don't know who you're talking about, Vinny. Who's Elvise? I don't know who that is. I think it's out of my... I can put it into my computer and I've taken that word out. I want for the money to let go. He can't sing and he certainly blows. Don't we live on the SS near town centre? Very cold. What happened?
Yes.
I thought it was spring. It is cool now. It's about... I can tell you exactly, actually.
Yes, Scarlett.
Put it in Fahrenheit for you.
Massachusetts.
What is the time now, roughly?
Night time.
No, just pull your screen down a touch.
8:30.
8:30. Now this is probably backwards. You know how these cameras work. But that says 77 degrees, which is cold. You know, we've just had 104, so 77 is quite cool.
So it's Salem, Massachusetts. Yeah, the Witch Museum. Yep. That's what Scarlett's saying.
All these religious inquisitions over the centuries, all to do with fear and pointing the finger at people. Oh, it's a bit like BOYTS. I get where BOYT came from. It's the residual effect of Salem. You know, witch hunts, accusing people of things they've never done, burning people metaphorically at the stake on hangouts. That's what it's all about. BOYT's all about witchcraft. The penny's dropped. All right then, put my bishop's hat on for a second. I want all you witches to step forward and confess. We won't hurt you. Start the fires, George. Just come forward and all will be forgiven. Yeah, use petrol. You know what I mean? Where people extend a welcoming hand and then they burn your fingers.
So just say hello every now and then. You're missing people coming.
Hello people I've missed.
Buddy Bopper, TX.
BB, how you doing fella? But I'm going to encourage people to get back to having good fun. Won't happen on my hangouts a lot because I don't do too many hangouts. But if you're having hangouts, let's have some good fun, some laughter. I've been taking the piss out of the circumstance about these scripted things and how things aren't really what they seem, and it's true, they're not. They're storylines. They're just words being used to literally stir trouble, cause people grief. But the sad part, and I always say this sincerely, is that you get people who sit in a side chat. Give you an example. And Berg's a total drunk. You know, he admits he's an alcoholic. But when he's given full rein to get on a hangout and abuse people, there are people in the side hangout who used to have an abusive husband, just like that. Or an abusive partner, just like that. And they're subject to the same volume and the same attack, even though it's not on them, they feel it. So that's where I draw the line. That's why I don't go to certain channels anymore. I won't go there when that occurs. Is that being stubborn? No, it's just me enjoying my time elsewhere. Because there are plenty of people, good people. Dory Lynn could run a hangout without much drama at all. Well, a bit of drama. Dory doesn't mind a little bit of drama, but only a little bit. And Dory is very creative as well. She doesn't tell you, and I'm not going to tell you what Dory has done in her life, but she's very creative. Yes. I know you and Blinky would get on really well, Dory.
Very talented, Dory.
Yeah. Yep, see you later, Sharon. Have a good one.
See you, Sharon.
Because I find that I've watched how people unfold in regards to therapy, and I can tell you that it's like being hit by a car. You might break a leg, and you'll recover, but the trauma of being hit is real. Believe me, I've been hit by a car and broke my leg, and you don't forget it. You've got to learn to get over it. But a lot of people can't get over things, particularly physical or verbal abuse. And when it's freely delivered on a channel for 150 or 300 people to listen to, I will guarantee you 10% of them have had that abusive person in their life, and they don't want to be reminded. They don't want to be pushed down that same path that they used to hate, so they leave. That's what happens. They really do. But I'm sure I might put the missus on, because I get pretty boring after a while. Even I want to press the exit button on me. But how about you speak to my wife for a little while?
No, because I've got to go and put the grandson to bed in a sec.
I can do that.
No, that's my job.
She's copping out. Aussie. She's doing the fling. She's bolting.
Hi, Shauna.
Hello, Shauna. One of the most intelligent people on YouTube, but don't tell anyone because she wants to keep that part a secret. Actually, a lot of you are very intelligent, I must tell you. You are incredibly intelligent people who get trapped in the mud like I do on occasions, but most of you disappear as well. I don't see you hanging around for the nonsense very long like I don't. But I'm looking forward to the changes down here where people are having hangouts where you can have a good time. Yes, you can be taken the piss out of every now and then, but not have the abuse thrown at you or accusations or nonsense. So I've been on here for a while. I'll put the wife on now. Alright, good people, most of you are just getting up. I want you to have a great day. Some of my good friends in Australia are about to go to bed, I'm sure. Blinky, about time to hit the sack. And if you can, be good to people. But like I always say, if you have to stand on someone's throat because they deserve it, do it with gusto.